routed, so it doesn't get disappeared. You just put it right into there, of course. 41%, 45%, no problem, no problem. See, it's pretty good. Everything is going in, I believe. Yes, 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 yes. You just look at the percentages to double check. Yes, they all say the same, or double that. So it's good. My power grid is now overloaded. Well, it will be. And you notice, I didn't use the storage bin. Now, why not? Well, look, this is 10,000 cubic meters. Okay? The storage facility, I will put down here. This holds 12,000 cubic meters. Look at the stats. This takes up 500 CPU, 700 power grid. This takes up this one. 3600 CPU, but 700 power grid. The CPU, as you can see, I have a lot left. So I don't really need that. What I could use is another launch pad, just for extra storage. Oh, except for that. How much do I have left? Ooh, I'd say about nothing. About 30-ish. So that means if I really want this, I need to decommission this and move it closer. Let me put on this side this time. Now, a planetary link this time from the device, and you just see, is that 75? 75? They're pretty much identical, but this is slightly less on the TF. So, I want that instead. I'm going to reroute, of course, and then I'm going to move the products, the extra 3,000 that I've got, there it is, right into you. And then I'm going to try once again to get that spaceport. Let me move it as close as possible. And there we go. Now, planetary link, see if this is possible. If not, I could greatly change it up. And hey, it's possible. I now have 8 CPU left. Now, the cost is in, and I hit submit. I just now submitted. As you can see, it is now working. And that guy, well, look, he has 2 extractor control heads, so he's probably got a lot of stuff. He doesn't need the storage unit. He does not need that, because you have to transfer it then to one of the 2 launch pads in order to do anything with it. So, it's not worth it. Now, what about my other planets? Now, of course, I could get a 6th planet, by the way. I don't want a 6th planet yet. I currently want this. So, this is my setup for having 2 extractor control heads. This, I believe, is getting heavy metals, and this is getting non-CS crystals. That's my toxic production, and that's the other one. As you can see, I needed more toxic. But as you can also see, I have a lot of refineries. Enough refineries for all of it, including with that. Now let's try the other planet. Tenon Planet 3, which is a barren, not a lava. This one, it's down here. This is how if you wanted just one extractor control head. As you can see, there are some of these just sitting there. These are in case I have extra toxic metal or just extra anything that I have not refined. I can take it to this planet if I want and refine it. I have all the water going in nicely. As you can see, this one's also not really being used at the moment. It doesn't have an input. And yet, if I hit products on here, I do believe it's all routed. As you can see, well, some of them are going odd, but that's okay. It's fine. It's all routed. This one's not being used, nor are any of these 3. So in fact I have 4. Now that's a nice design. It looks cool. And as you can see, they all go directly to there, which greatly reduces my ability to get more. But that's okay, I didn't need more. Having that is good. Now the next one is the Storm Planet. That one was getting me water, the other one was getting me 2 compounds. This is getting me a single compound. Now this is one of my more favorite designs. Have it, these 3 are directly linked to there, and then they have their out units there, and that's going to either side, and then those are going back. Now this one is linked to there, but not in use. That one's not in use, and that one's not in use, nor either of those. However, yeah, this is getting me water, I believe. Did I already click on this planet? What's the barren planet getting me? The barren planet, I believe, wasn't getting me water. I hope not. Oh yeah, it was getting me base metal. Sorry about that. But yeah. Now, you're thinking, well, I've got all of those, and I have all that extra because there's only 1 at 10 and 1. So where in the world am I taking that? Where am I taking all of that extra toxic metals to be refined? Where am I taking all of these things? Do I just sell them outright, or make something better? I make something better. This is my work. I have all of these extra links just in case. I can remove those, but it won't help much. This is what I have to take up all that extra toxic in order to make that toxic metals. Now, the output is consumer electronics, construction blocks, and what is most important, sterile conduits. The sterile conduits are needed most for my production. Oh, I need my crystals. Well, that's okay. If I hit this and hit launch. Oh yeah, that's right, I'm in the other star system. So I'm going to go to Tenon and warp. So, I need to bring down some supplies. It needs chiral structures. It has a bit of toxic metals, not much, and a little reactive. So, I need to bring down some supplies that I have hanging around in the bay. My ship is obviously a cloaked vessel, but it looks like a cargo ship. Kind of like a Badger. Yeah, it's a crane. Comes in handy for going down a low sec with big cargo holds that are really pricey. I'm going to hit that, and then... This is a temperate planet, by the way. Why? I just like it. That and Dust 514 will be coming out soon. Hatakane changes to Tenon. There we go. And I can do this while cloaked, which is good for me. Hey. Temperate launch pad. Launch. Now I can have access to there. I'm going to drag these in, though. The reactive is good. The water's okay. I could send an extra 2,000 of these in there just for good measure. And transfer. 1940 went down to 1880, so it's being used already. And oh look, it's already gone in. No, yeah, that's what it looks like there on the temperate. That's the advanced, and that's the simple. Of course, there's a launch pad. Now I have 3 launch pads to hold various items. This, yeah, it's kind of full. So if I wanted to, I could get rid of all of these. But let's take a look at the stats. It's not that much, but then again, it could help because I keep running out of room. So one thing I can do is, say, get rid of multiple of these networks that I am not using so much. Especially this one, it's kind of larger. Proceed. Those 2 are going to each other, but they don't need this really big one. The networks mainly use up other things, not really that. It's a rather large networks. I could just link them together and then have a single, which would reduce it as well. And in fact, I might just do that. Not yet, though. Let me see how much I get out of that. Oh, and there's another there that is not being used whatsoever. I can get quite a bit. So, by doing that, I can now click on the spaceports, click a temperate launch pad, which, I'm going to move this right here. How about in the ocean? Just for good looks. This is just pretty much for looks. Now, because of the distance-wise, I pretty much just need to move that to there. Because, well, it's a different distance. Yes, and that cost me 900,000 ISK. Now, what can I do with that? Well, that's simple. All these extra materials I can bring down. So now it's empty. What do you know? And look, it's almost full. Now I'm going to work on these maybe a little, and I can work on those a little more. It would take a while, but I could. And if I just had like 1 or 2 links instead of all of these, I mean, look at these big ones. They primarily take up CPU, not so much power grid, but that's a lot of power grid. So they're a lot. Yes. And yes, there's an incursion in my system. Tenon is my home system. If you... Pretty much. I mean, not really. If you want to know about me, know what ships I've got, come to Tenon. But I probably won't tell you. I've been doing incursions for a while and have no effect. Oh well. That's all, YouTube. So now you know how to set up a planet with high skills if we're going for a single product. And you've seen what I've got for going for multiple things. You gotta take a cargo ship like this and move between all the planets multiple times, but that's okay. The stereo conduits are worth millions a piece, and you get a lot of them. So that's pretty good. Ciao.